Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Swarna Man's Biology. In this video, I will be explaining you about the life cycle of wuchereria banchraftii. So let us start. So coming to the life cycle of wuchereria banchraftii, first we will see its classification. It belongs to the phylum Nematoda and class Phasmida. And it is a digenetic parasite, means it completes its life cycle in two hosts. One is man and the other is female Culex mosquito. It is a dimorphic parasite. It occurs in two forms, that is male form as well as the female form. And it is a pseudocoelomate, means the coelom is pseudocoelom. And it is a histozoic parasite, means it lives in the tissues of the man, mainly in the lymphatic vessels of the man. So we have seen it is dimorphic, means sexes are separate and sexual dimorphism is distinct. When we see the body is elongated, narrow, and like filiform, and it is creamy white in color. And the anterior end of both the male and the female worms are blunt, whereas the posterior end is pointed. And mouth will be present at the anterior end in both the male and the female worms. When we see the male form, the male worm is shorter when compared to that of the female, and the posterior end of the male is curved and it contains two copulatory spicules in the cloacal region. Whereas in the case of the female worm, the posterior end is straight and the anus is present at the posterior end, and there are no copulatory spicules, but there is present vulva. And it is viviparous, means it gives birth directly to the young ones. When we see the life cycle of this wuchereria bancraftii, we know that it will be present in the lymphatic vessels of the man. So, both the male and the female worms will be copulating in the lymphatic vessels of the man, and the female releases the larva, and the larval form is called as microfilaria larva. And this microfilaria larva will be present in the deeper blood vessels of the man. And this microfilaria larva from the deeper blood vessels will be shedding its teeth and coming to the peripheral blood vessels. This shifting of the microfilaria larva from the deeper blood vessels to the peripheral blood vessels during the early morning hours, that is 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., is called as nocturnal periodicity. Mainly, why the microfilaria larva will be coming to the peripheral blood vessels is it will be easily going into the secondary host, that is the female Culex mosquito. So, this shifting of the microfilaria larva from the deeper blood vessels to the peripheral blood vessels, we call it as nocturnal periodicity. And when the female Culex comes and sucks the blood of this infected person, it now enter into the, that is mosquito, that is female Culex mosquito, and directly it reaches the thoracic muscles. So here, means before going into the thoracic muscles, in the hemocoel, it sheds its sheath and develops into the first stage larva. That first stage larva is called as sausage-shaped larva, and later this sausage-shaped larva enter into the which is present in the thoracic muscles, now undergoes the first molting and develops into the second stage larva. And this second stage larva undergoes the second molting and develop into the third stage larva. So this third stage larva now comes and ready for the infection. So it is the infective stage. Now it is present in the labium of the mosquito. And in the labium of the mosquito, whenever this mosquito bites a person, so this third stage larva directly enters into the man. So mainly it goes into the lymphatic vessels of the man. So in the lymphatic vessels of the man, it undergoes a third molting and develops into the fourth stage larva, and it undergoes the fourth molting and develops into the young one. So the young ones are present in the lymphatic vessels of the man. So here you can see it is completing half of the life cycle in the man and half of the life cycle in the mosquito. Okay. So it is a digenetic parasite. So this is about the life cycle of wuchereria bancraftii. So again, I will be repeating. Both the male and the female worms will be copulating in the lymphatic vessels, and the female releases the larva directly. And egg-sheaths larva is called as microfilaria larva, which shifts from the deeper blood vessels to the peripheral blood vessels. Okay, which is called as nocturnal periodicity. And when the Culex mosquito comes and sucks the blood of the person, this person, that is who is infected, now they enter into the mosquito, they directly go into the hemocoel of the mosquito. They really means this microfilaria larva releases its sheet. That sheeted microfilaria larva we call it as sausage-shaped larva. Okay, so that is the first stage larva is developing into what is called as sausage-shaped larva. And this sausage-shaped larva undergoes now first molting and develops into second stage larva. So this second stage larva undergoes the second molting and is developing into third stage larva, which now goes into the labium of the mosquito. It is now ready for the infection. Then this mosquito bites a normal person. This third stage larva enter into that person. Mainly they go into the lymphatic vessels. Before going into the lymphatic vessels, it undergoes third molting and develop into fourth stage larva, fourth molting and developing into young ones. Okay, so this is about the life cycle of wuchereria banchraftii. So the same, the human stages. These are all the human stages, whereas these are all the mosquito stages. So from the mosquito again it is entering into the man. So what is the pathogenesis? When we see the pathogenesis of this filarial worm, it mainly causes fever, what we call it as filarial fever, which is mainly characterized by severe headache and mental depression and increase in the body temperature. And it causes mainly inflammation of the lymph vessels, mainly in the legs. You can see mainly in the legs where the skin also becomes very much rough. Means it causes the inflammation of the lymph vessel. It is called as a lymphangitis, and sometimes it causes inflammation of the lymph glands also, which is called as lymphedema. Okay, so lymphangitis, it is the lymphatic vessels are inflamed, whereas lymphedema is the enlargement or inflammation of the lymph glands. So you can see, so this is a filarial leg. And mainly these dead worms will be accumulated in the lymph vessels and the lymph glands, causing the swelling of that area, which is called as lymphedema. Okay, which causes the sweat glands, no, which causes these sweat glands to disintegrate. Okay, and the skin becomes very much rough. And the terminal condition we call it as lymphedema. Okay. So you can see some of the patients who have enlarged scrotum because of the enlargement of the lymph glands present in that area. Okay, so these are all the symptoms of this elephantiasis, that is filariasis. Okay, you can see different conditions of the end. Wherever the lymph glands are present, there will be accumulation of the dead worms and causing this infection. So this is about the life cycle of this is about the life cycle of wuchereria banchraftii. Hope you like this video. If you like, please share and subscribe my channel, Swarna Ma'am's Biology. Thank you.